welcome to the Wheelers Podcast. Yeah, we are back in the building. What's happening, my people? How you guys doing? Yeah, I got my we on TikTok on the phone, and we're on the big screen here with you guys. What's going on with you? We're gonna have the conversation today. Not a conversation, but I just want to give you a little bit of peek of my day, how I had a pretty good day today, a great day today, but it was day of appreciation, I would like to say. I got time to spend time with one of my uncles today, uh, one of my father's homies. You know what I'm saying? So that's my OG. You know what I mean? So the thing is, this is why we're gonna call this show. That's why the name of this show. That's why the show is called "Take Care of Your Divine Elders Show." Yeah, I hope you understand what I mean by take care of your divine elders. And if you don't, let me explain. See, first and foremost, you have to understand when your elders have lived magnificent lives, different lives, lived over and over again. What do I mean by that? Experiences, your life tales, the things that matter to you that you have even experienced on your own. Because at 45 years old, Unc's like 70. All right, so check it out. This is what happened. Friday, Unc was in a real horrible accident. You know what I'm saying? Man, uh, this was the type of accident, when we went back this morning to go view the scene and to see where he flipped off the highway. The car hit him so hard he flipped off the highway, jumped a median, jumped over on the other side, and actually hit through the parking lot gates, those gates that do this, those big uh steel gates, popped through the gate, landed on the curb, passed out. He said he's never felt nothing like that in his life. He felt like his brain rattled against his skull. That's a hell of a testimony to have lived through something like that and to be walking around today. It's one of my divine elders. We share the same homeland. And my father grew up together. Yeah, we got some pretty special times ourselves together, man. He's a great guy. And just a lot of times when you're elders, you learn so much at a young age from them, and you think about certain things, and you're like, oh, hold on, wait a minute. When you basically your elders tell you those little tidbits that they add and place into you, those knowledge seeds, the knowledge that is implanted when we're younger. And you think about the experiences, when you're a young man like myself or like I was, I used to sit around and hear their old experiences. And I'm like, damn, this like so parallel to my life and what I've been through. So I'm listening to my pops, right? And he's like, Danny, man. My pop's name is Danny as well. So he's like, Danny, man, remember when such and such, you were like, and this girl and all of this, and they did this. You were like, the hell, damn, I got some of the same damn experiences. Then you understand how these rotational axes that we live on in this plane, and even from a divine place, you have to understand that I'm my father. I'm the prototypical Danny Willis, but I'm the third Danny, right? See, my grandfather's name is John. He got a brother named Danny. My grandmother loved the name Danny so much because she loved the song Danny Boy. Yes, it's true. So, father says, great name. I got a brother named Danny, good name, good brother named Danny. And then I got a cousin. She tells me, well, I know all three Dannys, and I communicate or the mindset of when you say Danny, that means safe. In her mind, in her spiritual vessel of being, she says, when you say the word Danny Willis, that means safe place for me. That makes me feel extremely humble makes me feel good because when you got elders that let you know who you are and you can see the divine space in them and your journey still going and they're still not at a close. That's very powerful. It's very special. It's extremely humbling, but it's also enlightening as well. See, we talk about a lot of intricate things that help put pieces together in your life that you really needed to hear or you really needed some confirmation. And see, a lot of times confirmation from the elders are not bad things. The confirmation are securities that can remind you of how special your connection and your journey is. Your journey, your self reflective journey as well. So you get to think about the times where you made the proper decision and not the wrong decision, and how you can compound on those proper decisions that you made when you were younger. See, all people that made proper decisions when they were younger, they make horrible decisions when they get older. Why? Because they haven't experienced anything. Or maybe they keep making the right decisions, walking into their divinity. Maybe some people learn lessons that are necessary for them to learn in order for them to enhance and grow. But I'm telling you, when you walk with your divine elders and you have those special moments, you want to do anything for them because being around them is a joy. It's a journey. It's a learning lesson. It's always extremely something valuable of exchange because you know your journey and they're sharing with you these pivotal things and these little intricate things that offer so much value. See, the reason why it's important to take care of our divine elders, because I already did a show on disrespectful elders. So I wanted to kind of be full circle to let you know that, yo, sometimes old folks are older, the older generation, they're not even old folks. You know, a lot of times these people are living such a wonderful life. You're like, damn, man, you know, hey, that's you still be like, hey, that's pretty damn good. That's pretty cool or whatever. So it's like it's motivating. It allows you never to be afraid to age. See, I'm not afraid of aging because I'm doing the preparatory work now to maintain my youth. Gotta call you back, cuz. So within maintaining my youth, it comes with learning new journeys and applying new skills so that what? Nobody wants to die before their time. Nobody wants to exit before their discovery of self or how much they can discover self and how far it can go and be a testimony for someone else. You always have a reason to live, ladies and gentlemen. We always have a reason to be here. We always have something to do. You just have to always be in the pursuit of figuring out what that is so that you don't crash out. See, a lot of times people have midlife crises. Hold on one second, my peoples. What's up, cuz? Doing the show.
Man, this shit up here bad, bro.
Hold on, cuz. Hold on. Hold up now. I'm doing the show. Oh, right. I got you, cuz. I'm gonna hit you back. I gotta hit you back. Okay. All right. Family. You gotta love family. Yeah, that's my cuz. Cool peeps. Cool peeps. We always have to make sure we make sure we Do the right thing out here, cuz, goddamn it. Okay, anyway. So, yeah, let's get back to the show, man. Back to our elders, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm not going to go into the disrespect for elders aspects of these things, but that's the wonderful thing about having elders that have lived these, you know, impactful lives in a good way that affects us in a great way simply because they have something to show for, you know, their way of living and age of living. It's quite remarkable. So, I told you about, the disrespectful elders that don't allow you to grow up. Well, what about we talk about the elders that are divine. Not only do they allow you to grow up, mature, and be, they enhance you by sharing those intricate things. And you have to have the ear to listen. See, a lot of times, a lot of young folks, they want to challenge the elders. They want to, all right, that's cool, young fella. But do you understand? We know so many things that don't even require that much energy. A lot of younger people would love to move around and do things fast. See, I move fast in here. Move fast. It's already done in my head before I take one step. Why I say that? Because you got to see it. You have to see it to believe it. You got to see it to believe it. You got to see it here first before you make one step or make one move. Guard your steps. Take your steps first. That'll let you know if you left something out. That'll let you know if you are not thinking. It also allows you to know how sharp you really are. See, when you plan things out, you have to think about the intricacies of planning. That's why some people don't like planning. And when you get to the point to where you got so much going on in your brain, write things down. Always pinpoint things into your brain housing group so that you do not forget. See, they think, they say, I'm human. Yes, we're human, but your duties are to perfect your inadequacies. You can only do that by sharpening yourself, by asking yourself some of the most simplest questions. Granted, yes, I was fortunate. I know my mother and my father. That is extremely fortunate. Everybody doesn't have that. Blessings to you. Not looking down upon you. But what I can ask you is ask yourself simple questions. And when you finally find those intricate answers, or even if you don't know, there are ways for you to find out more of who you are. Those are extremely important things. Elders will help you with that. Any elder. I was just talking to homeboy CB today, and he was telling me how when he was in high school, they had to spend time with the older people in their communities so that they can have a fundamental understanding of their time frames. See, when elders tell you those stories, you can place yourself back in those specific time frames for real. That's what oral traditions are good for. But when I grew up with them and I got those oral traditions from my elders, my grandparents, I was quite fond of my grandparents and all of them were quite fond of me. I have one living elder grandparent left. And I'm grateful that she's around. She gave me a lot of keys, let you know how sharp she is in her brain, but she gave me a lot of keys in order for me to resolve mysteries that she wanted to know herself. So I make sure I give her a call once a month, once every 2 weeks to check on my granny. To keep that conversation and to keep those memories alive. So to have those conversations and let her know the work I've done and how well I'm doing. See, those are those communicative exchanges that we need in love and that we have to maintain. I will be able to tell my daughter about our exchanges. So it's like the record log book of our lives when we keep those type of exchanges and those type of memories, those discussions, what we have learned, and the clues that you are able to unlock and discover. So that's the most powerful shit of all, right? You're unlocking those. It's like opening up the treasure chest and finding all of these new discoveries about yourself. And you can then read more and into and how their stories are so applicable to you because you lived them just like they did. Your responses, your actions, like when you read stories of how your ancestors were. I'm gonna read some of you guys these stories. Sometime I'm gonna do that definitely. But when you hear stories of Monk Estelle shaking off uh, some Siberian Indians, setting them up, getting them killed, they called him a slave, but he was a general. He was a general. He wasn't a slave. You should see his dress. What slave has what slave has 3 wives and 30 children? No. And then he had troops and commanded them. See, when you tell stories that are not correct, when you learn the intricacies of these stories, slave don't pair up too well. That ain't no slave. That was a royal. That was a royal. Yeah, a black royal from Europe. He had white slaves too. But they tell the story as if you don't have these memories. We do. See, indentured servitude wasn't whooping a man's ass and beating the shit out of him. Just paying off his debts. It's not slavery. It's indentured servitude. Paying off debts. So yeah, a lot of whites were indebted to a ton of blacks here. They got off free. But that's what really happened. It's a lot of whites went, but they owe the blacks a lot. They owe the blacks a lot of money simply because of our behaviors and our customs of how we taught them. See, systems that are really civilized, the elders would tell you they're always built on your word and what you can really get accomplished. See, some people you can only rely on their word for a certain period of time because they'll get tired of telling the truth. They'll get tired of obeying the rules. They get drunk with power and say, I'll just force and take my way. That's not right. That's not right. And then they'll practice propaganda. You see how history starts to repeat itself? You see, I just don't want to do right because I don't respect you. So you understand what I'm saying? So the thing is, when you're morally and ethically sound, you're going to always win naturally because you don't have the ability to care to cheat. You can resolve your problems. You can resolve another man's problems. And you can also keep going forth and moving in a proper capacity. But somebody's going to be jealous and want to hate on that capacity of yours. Somebody's going to be jealous and want to hate on your triumphs. Somebody is going to be jealous and want to hate over the fact that you can do what they cannot do. You know what happened in Greenwood, in Tulsa, Oklahoma? You know what happened? They got jealous because of the progression of the Negroes. Excuse me, the indigenous Americans. We can move and shut up shop and do the same thing all over again. All they're gonna do is get jealous. Because the problem is when you're dealing with Europeans, they need a working class. We are our working class. That's the thing that you don't understand and figure out. They'll go to peeking in our curtains, copying us, and just fucking take the town and say, it's mine now. Y'all built it. I'm gonna take it. That's precisely what happened. Shit mine now. Yeah, I'm gonna just take the shit. And if I can't take it, I'll burn it down. That's not progress. That's barbarism. Why do you think we tell you this fake, we've built America? No, you did not. I repeat, you did not. No, the hell you did not. You don't even have the mindset to be progressive enough to build now. How the hell you gonna build something then? You need a labor force, remember? No, we decided to be our own labor force now. See, when you control your own mindset, you control your own economics, you can have your own relationships globally. You kind of don't need certain things anymore. And certain people that you thought you needed connections with, they become useless. See, it's about pure relationships, real connections. You can't turn back those hands of times. Those times will never come back. It's about respect. It's about truth, honor, justice, reciprocity, and order. And when you have never offered people those equations, who will trust you to do business with you? on a playing field that's ethical? Not me. The reason being, you lie. And you have a historical record of doing just that, violating treaties, being the most destructive form, distributing the most destructive forms of humanity throughout the course of man. Yeah, you've invented shit, new ways of killing because you studied war and you fell in love with studying war. Why don't you stop studying war and start studying something outside of yourself? Because you're always concerned about your birth numbers and if you're going to white genetic survival. For what? It's the lowest end of humanity that you have displayed for the past 2,000 years. 6,000 to be quite correct. Yeah, the Hyksos. That's you. Then the Moors, the great Moors, they gave you every form of civilization known to you, and you still, that wasn't good enough for you. You didn't like that either. Nothing was good enough for you. Nothing but you ruling and trying to tell somebody what to do like a fucking child. That is ridiculous. And then your cognitive dissonance nowadays is just on supreme, epic fucking overdrive of stupidity. And even whites see it. They know it. White people are telling the truth on white people. Simply because it's a white people problem. That's why I stay out of these things. But when it comes to defending who and what my elders have done and what we have distributed to the world, I have a specific problem with that. You have done nothing of such. You never have and never will, and you cannot. It's not in your DNA. It's not in your culture. It's not in your way of being. It's not in your nature. The only thing that's in your nature mostly is being upset and wanting to harm someone for telling the damn truth. That is just the most psychotic shit on the planet. That's fragile. Do you understand how fragile that's not evolving? We tell these stories not to repeat these actions, to evolve as one race of being. But you surely do like to set yourself aside. Why? Because you can't be in charge. It should be that you should take the easier way out. You don't have to pretend anymore. Why don't you just be? You just shouldn't be in charge of shit. Not the way you think. See, the problem is your ideology doesn't work for no one but you. It is not inclusive. It is barbaric. It is not elusive because you're not that creative. Now it's just in front of your face. Here you go. Here you go. And it's back at your ass. No can do. Won't be accepting that shit. So, you see, that's why the elders, they're now understanding the atrocious mistakes of the Democratic Party. And they mad too. The elders ain't talking that we should. No, hell no. Nope. See, I think our elders are waking up and understanding that. I'm kind of tired of playing this fucking game too. The elders are now waking up saying, well, hell, I got a voice. I can make some money. I can do some things. I can go back to school. I can take some courses. I can elevate my mindset. I don't have to wait to die. That's not how life goes. So you got to love. And sometimes it's our job to motivate our elders to give them a push. You ain't dead. You can still evolve. You can still develop. You can still grow. And you can still breathe. You're still able-bodied. Don't ever, my elders have learned to not even embrace the thought of being old. They just like living. And I think that is commendable. Because in the times when I was younger, man, like my grandmother and them, and hell, they mind changing over too. But my aunties and stuff, everybody was talking about dying all the fucking time. And that was just real wild to me. I'm like, but you're young. In my young mind, I'm like, you got so much living to do. It's like they wanted their bodies to break down so that they can tell you what to do and what to do for them or something. I don't know what kind of mental mind fuck shit that was. But anyway, all I'm saying is I see a lot of elders embracing their health. They're back in the gym. They're looking better than ever. Yeah, some 60-year-old ladies on these shows. These older people they're embracing who they are and they are healing themselves from the inside out. I think that's hell of a commendable thing. But see, the young folks out here, I appreciate your vigor in your exploration, man. Y'all guys ain't you ain't holding back either. You're very creative. You're very magnificent. I see you charging ahead too, and also our peer group. Boy, we the leaders of the pack, Generation X. Let's keep changing the world. Let's keep making this world a better place for us. We don't have to keep being a burden for everybody else. That's a problem. That's been our problem the whole time. Always concerned with what trying to feel some empathy and sympathy from somebody or some group that has none for you. So self love, healing, reflection, and appreciation is what we should be learning from our elders. And if y'all see me as Unc, yeah, I'm Unc. So if you see me as Unc, I'm kind of like your elder, right? So what I'm trying to tell you is take care of your divine elders. That's a it's not a weakness. It's a strength. It's okay to learn. It's okay to be, you guys, it's okay for us to learn from you too. I think that's extremely important. That's why, cats like myself want to stay relevant and want to stay out here doing these shows because I'm not trying to put you in any pitfalls of bullshit. I just want to learn from you. And just like I could teach you, I can learn from you too. So yeah, you guys, that's the show today. I appreciate you guys joining in. TikTok, I'm about to come up out of here. I got to get ready for bed. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Yeah, I got to get ready for the things I need to do tonight. It's 8 o'clock. So I got to holler at y'all. I salute y'all. Peace. Y'all continue watching Showing the Wheel this podcast. If you want to tune in TikTok, come on, goddamn. I'm going to be on a little longer on YouTube. So y'all just holler at me. Peace. And remember, the wheel is yours, my peoples. All right. I'll holler at y'all on TikTok. All right. All right. All right. Okay. So check it out. YouTube. Oh, man. YouTube. Let me focus on you. The one great thing about and the one great benefit from dealing with the elders and taking care of the elders, you know what I'm saying? I got to make sure my aunt get up in the morning. We're gonna go to the grocery store, get him to he plenty of money and stuff. His car is total, so we're gonna go to the grocery store, get him some groceries, make sure he eating good and he healthy, and he taking care of himself. So yeah, that's got to get that taken care of and get some work. Got to work up tomorrow night. So y'all might not see me tomorrow night. I may be working. I maybe a little too much. I got to stay focused. Uh, if anything, I'll do a day show, do an afternoon show because I think I might have a little long night. I don't know yet. I'm kind of nervous. No, I'm not nervous. Just got to govern it properly and make sure we get everything accomplished. Thing is always good. Again, to handle your business, keep yourself focused. That's what them old folks will tell you too. You know what I'm saying? So, Dick, yeah, man, it was a great feeling, being there for someone, practicing some selflessness, and being appreciative of what I was able to take away. We had great exchangeable moments in time. Just him being strong and vulnerable at the same time. It just lets you know the strength and the power of the mind as well. You know, those lessons it kind of shook me up a little bit. He said his brain wobbled. He shook up in his skull. That shit, I can't imagine that feeling. I don't want to feel nothing like that, but I've been close to some very traumatic things myself, and well, I can't relate to that one, and I'm grateful that I can't. But I tell you, strong, strong, strong. That's a lot of strength. And we're grateful you're still here. Appreciate that. So, yes, again, my people. Yeah, elders. They say when an old man dies, a library burns. I learned that from when I used to look at the Zoe Williams show. I check Zoe out sometimes, but I learned that. I haven't checked the show out in a while, but yeah, a lot of years ago, he said that when he had Bobby on the show, Mr. Bobby Glanton Smith. I say his full name. I'm not gonna act like I ain't watch the show. Yeah, it's cool, brother. He's great. I mean, still giving out, dropping jewels and giving good information. But yeah, for real, yeah, when an old man dies, the library burns. I mean, you think about all the books and all of the things that I do and read, and I'm going to continuously continue my quest. You know, it's true. My pops put me on the Dr. John Henrik Clark when I was 21 years old. He put me on the two people, Dr. John Henrik Clark and Miles Monroe. Those were the first two scholars I completely, fell in tune with, like really started studying the histories of Dr. Clark and the philosophies of Dr. Miles Monroe. That was my 21st birthday present from my father. He gave me some books, and that was my 21st birthday gift. And that was I went on a relinquishing quest since then. So as you know, that's a lot of years. That's 24 years of me studying on and continuing, and before that, because he knew I was on that type of path. So I was into very big into Farrakhan when I was 13. Very big into Farrakhan. That's when I quit going to church at 15. When I was about 18, 19, I was going to convert to Islam. You know, yeah. 2 seconds. Just had to check some stuff out real quick. I had to put in some hours that I didn't put in earlier, so I got to take care. I don't mind taking care of my stuff, knowledge worker. So that's how that go. But yeah, we're gonna be wrapping up in a second. I ain't gonna hold you too much longer. I'm just gonna leave you with this because I think I'm gonna have to call A. We might have to go back on in an hour if he's available. So I want to leave you with this though on the show. Um, Man, taking care of your elders only rewards you. It only gives you peace of mind. It only gives you a place of being able to still learn and be childlike. It gives you that genuine nature when you feel childlike or honest, that honest, genuine nature feeling, or when your heart is light as a feather like a child, and you have these honest conversations. It's relief for your mind, and it's a great carved out path that you can keep rewriting your story. So that's the show today. I appreciate you guys tuning in and listening. I love you guys. And check it out. This is my favorite part of the show, because I got to let you know what's yours. You know what I'm saying? So check it out. The will is yours. Y'all be easy, Pimp. Take care of your loved ones.